It's time to get spooky. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Nick, and today we are going to be watching the first episode of American Horror Stories. This episode is called Rubber Woman? Rubber Woman? Part 1.
2 hours later.
Part 1, yeah. So it's going to be, apparently this is a part 1. So it's going to be split into 2 different videos. Not trying to get hit with that copyright. American Horror Stories is apparently like a spin-off companion type show for American Horror Story. I've seen every episode of American Horror Story. I love it. The good, the bad. Yes, even the bad. Based on the title, I am assuming we are returning to Murder House?
Again?
Hoping that this isn't just a rehash. I know a lot of people are shady towards American Horror Story because the storylines can get messy quite frequently, but I love it either way. I'm all about being scared and
get my spook on.
So before we get into it, make sure to like, subscribe, and ring the bell. Without further ado, episode 1 of American Horror Stories. Why does she look like Velma?
Shaggy! Oh my god, Daphne! Frederick! Oh my god!
I hate you both, seriously.
Oh, you do not.
Was Scarlet. I could be reaching, but depending on timeline, this might make sense. Scarlet was the name of the little girl in Hotel. She was the detective. She was the detective's daughter, the older sister of Holden, the little kid that the Queen Lady Gaga kidnapped. I wonder if it's the same. Have people never seen the Texas Chainsaw Massacre? You see bone decorations.
You don't go in.
Was that Michael Langdon's room? Yeah, that was the baby's room, right? Or was that Violet's room?
People love to be scared. Psychiatrists say that the kind of controlled fear that you get from a roller coaster or a haunted house.
Oh, she knows all about fear.
Jump,
always out there solving those mysteries.
Anxiety virus helps you with healing your
Hopefully her parents packed her Scooby snacks.
You're so damn dumb, it isn't funny.
Kiss my ass!
So you guys are not concerned about the fact that people actually like died here? You know, whole families, the curse.
Ghosts aren't real and curses aren't real.
People do terrible, horrible things to each other. They don't need the help of an evil spirit to do them. Your father doesn't believe that, and neither do I.
Wait a minute.
Within this universe, though, witches are public. You move to a house that historically has just been
Filled with murder.
literally almost every single guest that's moved in. You're aware that the supernatural exists because witches, but you don't see a problem with bringing your kid here? I mean, maybe they just brought Velma to solve the mystery. I don't know, but we'll see. Why does that sound? What is that song from? Oh, low-key though, she looks stunning. She looks stunning.
It's easy to not be afraid. People do it all the time. They get on airplanes and drive really fast in their cars and ask people out on dates. Fear isn't what stops us.
Wait.
Unless she dyed her hair and was adopted, that is definitely not Scarlet from Hotel. It didn't occur to me till just now that Velma is Scarlet.
I bet everybody in here could face their fears with enough encouragement, but not one would be able to face their shame.
She's beautiful.
Looks
Paris
like
Jackson is
someone's
beautiful.
about something.
Paris Jackson was in the opening scene of season 3 of the Scream TV show, which, by the way, just forget that this season exists. Do not watch season 3 of Scream. It is tragic that it was even released. Like, people sat in an editing room and saw what was filmed and still chose to release it.
What about salty? This can describe someone who's agitated, annoyed, maybe bitter, upset.
But anyways, Paris Jackson. She's beautiful, but the acting...
It was bad for her. It was really bad for her.
Velma?
Oh, well then. I wonder where all the ghosts from that like inhabit the house are.
Getting started early?
Yeah. You know, it wouldn't kill you to help out a little. This is your house, too.
Okay, I'll stop doing homework and grab a tool belt.
Why is she so rude?
Honey, sit down. I want to talk to you about something. We hired an IT guy to give us the ability to look at all of the internet searches and sites visited on our home server.
You've been spying on me?
You've been lying to us.
About what? What kind of porn I like to look at? What the fuck am I supposed to do? It's none of your business.
When you watch these things, do you fantasize about being the masochist or the sadist? You're putting a child lock on the internet and you are grounded.
What? No, you can't. I have a slumber party to go to.
Whose?
This girl Maya, who I like, and her friends.
She's like, Dads, I just want to choke her until she passes out.
She'll be at the house tomorrow.
See, now she doesn't look like Velma to me. Now she just looks like a female Chucky doll. Yeah, she looks like Chucky now. Tell your parents. I feel like 90% of TV shows and movies wouldn't happen if people just opened their mouth and immediately told other people around them what was going on.
We tend to be a little overprotective. When Scarlett was 3, she was kidnapped.
That's terrible.
She was missing for 10 days.
I'm sorry, we have to end. Would you mind if I use the restroom for you?
No, sure. It's the 3rd door down the hall.
Thank you. Hello?
Like, you don't live here, though. Why are you exploring? Don't go into the basement.
Don't go in there! Lord, I'm having a heart attack! Damn, this is some scary shit! Oh, I am scared!
That never works.
Whose blood was that? I don't know. Hers, maybe? Time of the month? Oh, right.
White Claw's the taste of our generation.
It really says it all, doesn't it?
What do you mean?
We drink booze that doesn't taste like booze. We smoke without inhaling any smoke. Don't you guys ever worry that everything about us is like totally fake?
Like your nose?
Ooh!
What are you doing? Does it matter?
Yes.
You watched porn, haven't you?
Here we go.
Here we go.
Why?
Not the kind of porn you're thinking of.
I like violent stuff. Extreme S&M, pain. One person will tie up another person tight in really painful positions. Jesus, I'm sorry. Wow, how fucking weird did that get?
See, now I'm Team Velma. She better come back in that suit and throw hands. That's fucked up. That's horrible, man. And what's shitty is, like, people actually act like that. Like, people do stuff.
Hi, Maya. I just want you to know, that was the most fun we've had in weeks. I know. Fun's not over yet. Scarlett, wait. We were just messing around.
If you're not at my house in half an hour, all of you,
Ooh, she's gonna fuck him up.
It's just the wind.
It is never just the wind. It's like these people have never watched a horror movie before.
Come out wherever you are.
Is that demon infantata baby thing? Ah! Yep. No, absolutely not. Oh! In her cheek?
Flush. All the joints are straight. The mortar's tidy. This is really good work. But why are you doing this? This is strange.
Well, you told me to help out more around here. Plus, I thought it'd be a fun project to try. So,
Did she just put them in the
I'm really
wall?
sorry about being
I really think we should have a session about this. I've got some time between 4 and 6.
Oh, she doesn't know that she's...
I'm just fighting for office.
Oh, she
I'm
does.
good, thanks.
She's talking about Dr.
We
Harmon.
need to talk about your feelings.
All right, so that was episode 1 of American Horror Stories. It was a good episode. I thought it was a good episode. At first, I was confused. I did not realize that Velma / Chucky, depending on what scene we're watching, that was Scarlett. So it's not the girl from American Horror Story Hotel. It also did not occur to me at first until later on that she had mentioned that she didn't change schools, because for like a good 20 minutes of that episode, I was confused as to how she knew who Paris Jackson's character was. Speaking of which, Paris Jackson.
Crickets.
I hope she improves. I hope she improves. It wasn't terrible. It wasn't terrible. It's just not convincing at all. It was scary. American Horror Story for quite some time has not been scary to me. I think the last season that I had moments where I actually felt like a genuine tension was probably Cult. But this was actually scary, so I was pleased by that. Nobody mentions the weird shit going on around them. There would be no episode if these people actually mentioned all of the weird shit. Now, for Scarlett, I understand it because she seems like she's got some... She is one fry short of a Happy Meal. I'd probably give it like a 7. No, like a 6.5 out of 10. It did good with setting the groundwork. I really like the camera work this episode. So whoever directed this episode did a really good job. I liked the camera work a lot. The score was really good. I cannot place that like old-timey tune that you keep hearing being whistled. I don't know if that was in a previous season of American Horror Story or if that was in Insidious. No, Insidious was Tiptoe Through the Tulips. So then this must have been from Murder House. Just fine. Good callback. They had a couple other good callbacks. We had the Infantata from season 1. We had the 2 little twins that get killed in like the very first scene of American Horror Story ever. And then the therapist mentioned the dad, Dr. Harmon, was that his name?
The guy who cries when he masturbates.
I'm curious to see if in part 2, if they're actually going to show any of the, aside from the Infantata, any of the actual ghosts that live there, because there's tons of ghosts who live in this house. I don't know if like
the budget was low,
but they haven't shown any of them. I'm excited for episode 2. Let me know down in the comments what you thought about this episode. And yeah, see you next time.